Kenny Atkinson's expected to become the head coach of Cleveland Cavaliers. So let's say a toast to Kenny Atkinson. That's good, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Atkinson, ladies and gentlemen, is expected to finally become a head coach again. I know someone's going to be like, well, he did become a head coach, and then he backed out of the Charlotte Hornets job. Well, would you want the Charlotte Hornets job under Michael Jordan? He probably saw the writing on the wall. And then they went to Steve Clifford for 2 years. Now, Marc Stein of the Stein Line reports the candidacy of Kenny Atkinson for the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers is gaining steam. However, don't be surprised, Michael Nori is in contention. And James Borrego had emerged as the favorite for the job, but Atkinson is being strongly considered, which for me, I understand is Kenny Atkinson's the guy they probably want. James Borrego is an offensively creative-minded coach. Kenny Atkinson's a really good player development. You know, he pulls stuff out of players, and he's a very good, even-keeled coach. And he was fired by the Brooklyn Nets as a head coach in 2020 and has worked as the lead assistant under Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. In 2022, he agreed to become the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, but decided ultimately not to take the job. As I had mentioned earlier, Mike Nori is under consideration for the job as well, and so is James Borrego. The Cavaliers parted way with JB Bickerstaff soon after they were eliminated in the playoffs. And now Kenny Atkinson being a potential coach for the Cavaliers is one I really like, because he's a guy that I think he brings the grit, he brings the championship type of, he's been on good teams. And for me, I think I think the part of the reason why James Borrego is not the running candidate is Trajan Langdon got the job and fired Monty Williams, and then called up James and was like, look, you know me, I know you. If you come here, we know how this organization is going to run a lot better. So regarding the cap search, on Thursday night, James Borrego seemed to be the clear front runner. However, Kenny Atkinson's quickly gaining, traction, and the situation seems fluid. And I think what they're doing is they're not dragging their feet. I think they're just interviewing candidates and grabbing them face to face. And as they talk, I think they're just falling in love with other candidates. And for me, it makes sense that I think Mike Nori is a little too green behind the ears. I think Kenny Atkinson is going to be a guy that is going to come in and be able to run the team. And again, I think James Borrego is going to be the Pistons coach, Kenny Atkinson for the Cavs, and then obviously JJ Redick went to the Lakers. And to me, it just makes sense for how this is all playing out, especially with what we knew about the organization heading into this. So I think them going after Kenny just makes the most sense. So I like this one for everybody involved. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. If you're a Cavaliers fan, who did you want as head coach? I think Kenny's he gets an opportunity. He has shown repeatedly that he is a very good and competent coach, and one that I've been waiting to see get back on the sidelines for a long time. So I'm very excited to see that he's going to be back. And yeah, I'm excited. I want to hear your guys' thoughts if you're a Kenny Atkinson fan, and if you like the idea of him going to the Cavaliers or not. Definitely an interesting bit of information that we're seeing with how the season has progressed, or off season has progressed, in terms of hirings from an executive standpoint to where the coaching cycle is going. And that is as a result of how the executive movement has happened, like with Trajan Langdon, and then of course what we saw earlier going on with, I guess it would be just the Pistons being the biggest one that happened this offseason. But that was my 2 cents on that.